Every industry is being disrupted, transformed by automation, intuitive consumer experiences, machine learning, and an explosion of connected devices. To keep up, your enterprise needs to move faster, but you can't. Outdated patterns of work are slowing you down. Customer requests, IT incidents, HR cases, all following their own paths within your enterprise, moving back and forth between people, machines, and departments. Unstructured, unimproved for years. But what if you could structure and automate these patterns to accelerate the flow of work? With the ServiceNow System of Action, you can. The only cloud platform built for the entire enterprise, ServiceNow replaces the unstructured work patterns of the past with intelligent workflows of the future. Now, your enterprise works at light speed. Now, any employee, customer, or connected device can easily make requests and get fast response. Now, teams working on those requests can assign and prioritize, collaborate, get down to root cause issues, and drive to action. IT can increase agility and lower costs by consolidating legacy tools into a modern, easy-to-use service management solution in the cloud. Security can collaborate with IT to resolve real threats fast, using a structured response engine to prioritize and resolve incidents based on service impact. Customer service can drive case volume down and customer loyalty up by assessing product service health in real time and working across departments to quickly remediate service issues. HR can consumerize the employee service experience with self-service portals and get the insights they need to continually improve service delivery. And any department can quickly build business applications to automate processes with reusable components that help accelerate innovation. Now, you can structure and automate the patterns of work, unleash productivity, deliver game-changing economics, and create an intelligent, connected enterprise. This is your business transformed. This is your enterprise at light speed. ServiceNow. Work at light speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and Chief Executive Officer of ServiceNow, John Donahoe.
So good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's not that early. Good morning. All right. Welcome to Knowledge17. We have 15,000 people here with us this year. 15,000 people in this room. How about that, huh? And you have come from all over the world. We have people from Australia and all over Asia. We have people from South and Latin America. We have people from Europe. We even have people from Chicago, where I grew up. How about a hand for the Chicago people, huh? Now, this is my first Knowledge, and I know it is for many of you. So for how many of you is this your first Knowledge? Raise your hands. Okay. Well, you know, I thought it was important that for all of us newcomers to be grounded in the past and talk a little bit about how we got here. And most of you know that Fred Luddy was the founder of ServiceNow. And I've had a chance to get to know Fred over the last year, and he is a remarkable person. He is a great technologist, a great guy, and an amazing listener. And Fred had a very simple vision when he started ServiceNow. Fred said that my vision was to build a cloud-based platform that would enable regular people to route work effectively through an enterprise. Very simple vision in 2004. And that has been the foundation on which this company has been built. Interestingly, Fred and I were talking about the first Knowledge in 2006. And Fred said, you know, we had this idea of doing a customer conference. And so we booked a room in a hotel that had a capacity of 50 people. And 30 minutes ahead of time, nobody was there. And he's thinking, uh-oh, this is maybe not a very good idea. And he said, over the next half hour, 85 people show up. The room is jammed. And he said, at that point, I tore up my presentation, and the magic started. Customers started sharing with other customers. Customers started teaching other customers. And he said, I realized then that our job as a company is to listen to our customers, listen to the problems that you're grappling with, and then go build good technology to help you solve those problems. And so Fred has said quite clearly, the motion of this company is to listen, to build, and to learn. And then repeat that over and over. And he said that first knowledge was the time where this community was born. And from 85 people 11, 12 years ago to 15,000 today, this community has been what has fueled this company's success, our success, and our joint and collective success. We cannot be successful unless you are successful, and we are very aware of that. Now, I know we've got a bunch of people, this is their first knowledge, but we also have some people that have been long-term members of this community in the audience today. So can I ask anyone that was either at the first, second, or third knowledge to please stand up? How about a hand? You all have been the pioneers that have helped lead this community, build this community, and we appreciate that and we value that. Now, I'm the new kid on the block. I joined ServiceNow April 1. This is my 49th day. And I thought I would just spend a couple of minutes giving you a little bit of background about myself. Let me start with the important stuff. This is a picture of my family 20 years ago. I like looking at it because it reminds me I haven't always been this old. And while I look a lot older, I can promise you my wife doesn't. And if you were to ask any of my kids who's the smartest person in the family, who's the nicest person in the family, who's got the best personality, they'd all say Mom. And as you can see, I've been blessed with 4 wonderful children. They're all grown now. They're all adults. In fact, I have a grandchild. I have a granddaughter. And you can see that I have 3 boys and a girl. And I no doubt share something with every father in this audience that has a daughter. How many of you men have a daughter? So I'm going to voice what I know all of you think, but probably can't say. My daughter is my favorite child. In fact, when my boys were teenagers, I used to routinely say, your sister's my favorite child. I love her more than I love you boys. Remember, I was a teenage boy once myself, and I know what you're thinking, and stop thinking it. And we all need to take care of your sister. So, seriously, she works for Google now, and I'm incredibly proud of her, but I'm proud of all 4 of my children. I've been blessed with a wonderful family. They keep me human, they keep me humble, and they keep me grounded. Now, professionally, I spent the first 20 years of my career at Bain & Company, a consulting firm, where I focused on business transformation, helping companies go through business transformation. And then 12 years ago, I joined eBay. And eBay, in so many ways, is so similar because it was a community-based company. The community of eBay users was the power of eBay. And it was at eBay I also learned a little bit about how you drive great user experiences through mobile technologies and other things. Now, my leadership style and approach I learned at Bain and eBay. In simple terms, I'm a deep believer in servant leadership. And what I mean by servant leadership, the focus is not on the leader. The focus is on serving you, our customers, serving employees, serving our purpose, and serving the communities in which we operate. You know, most people think of organizational models like a hierarchy, right? A triangle. CEO on top, rest of the organization underneath. The model that I learned and the model that I believe deeply in is the exact opposite of that. It's an upside-down triangle where you, our customers, are at the top of the organization chart. You are why we're here, and we're here to serve you. And everyone inside the company exists to help serve you. And the CEO, I'm at the very bottom of that organization chart. My job is to help our team help you. Now, the good news is I have broad shoulders, and I like that role. Now, my decision to join ServiceNow was an easy one. I was a customer of ServiceNow when I was at eBay, and a very satisfied customer. But as I've gotten to know the company more deeply over the last year, simply put, I fell in love with this company. I fell in love with its purpose. I fell in love with the technology. I've never seen a technology better architected for the future. I fell in love with the people, both the employees and the customers. And I fell in love with the opportunity of what is ahead of us, the opportunity to transform how enterprises operate. And so, a month ago, I dove in head over heels and joined April 1. Now, I'm not a 20-year enterprise software veteran, so my top priority when I joined was to do a lot of listening and a lot of learning. And the best place to learn about a company, or learn an industry, or learn good ideas for the future is listening to you, listening to customers. And so on my first day, I set what I thought was a bold goal. I said, I want to meet with 100 different customers during my first 100 days. And I set off on that journey. Well, I'm thrilled to tell you that I beat my goal. Last Thursday was my 45th day, and I met with my 100th customer. So I should be applauding you, because over the last 5 weeks, I've had the privilege of meeting new customers and long-term customers, big customers, small customers, in 10 cities across the country. And there was 100 different customers. I probably met 300-400 of you, many of you in this room today. And I learned so much. And I want to thank you for your time, thank you for your feedback, thank you for your insights, and thank you for your ideas. In fact, I want to dedicate my keynote this morning to simply playing back to you what I heard. And so, those of you that I had a chance to meet with, you remember, I asked 3 simple questions of you. I said, how we doing? Secondly, and very importantly, where can we get better? And third, as you think about your future, what are your most important priorities? So let me just play back to you what I heard from you on each of those questions. On how we doing? You said, you know, we love your product. In particular, ITSM has been a game changer for us. Second, you said, you know, we love your platform. Its ease of use, the speed with which it can operate, the extensibility. And our sense is that platform still has more potential that we need to explore and discover and capitalize on together. And you said that you really appreciated our people, the people of ServiceNow. You described them as committed, responsive, they operate as a team, they aren't arrogant, they're hungry, and you emphasized how important it was for us to keep that culture as we get larger and more successful. And I want you to know, I appreciated that feedback, and the people of ServiceNow, we appreciate that feedback. But the next question I asked, which was the one that I was really fascinated and interested in, is how can we do better? Where can we do better? Because at the end of the day, we're only going to be as good as the feedback we get from all of you. And you were very generous with that feedback, and let me just try to share some of what you said. Probably the number one topic I heard went something like this. I love your platform, but increasingly, I want to get the full benefits out of the box of your software as you innovate and do new releases. And in particular, you said, you know, you guys have 5,000 customers worth of experience. I want you to be more proactive with what are best practice configurations? What are best practice integrations? Who's best in class? And share that with us so we can capitalize on the collective experience of this community. You also said that you want us to continue to invest in and develop a really strong and robust partner ecosystem, and that we need to have more trained and certified partners, trained in ServiceNow's products, particularly some of the newer products. And you gave a challenge to both us and to our partner ecosystem. You said you want to get the time to value be faster. You want to integrate more quickly and get to value as quickly as possible. And you challenged both us and our partner ecosystem to do that. Make sense? I see a lot of nodding heads. I heard that. The second thing you said was around user experience. And you were quite clear that the bar that you are now holding yourselves to and holding us to is no longer best-in-class enterprise software user experience. No, you talked about consumer user experiences, the kind of experiences that we all experience at home. And you were clear that, you know what? Consumers are employees and consumers are customers. And so increasingly, we need to deliver that kind of user experience in the workplace. And against that standard, you said, we have opportunity to improve. You said Service Portal and some of our mobile toolkits, great start. Great start in providing a better user experience for employees and customers. But you also were quite clear that the user experience for you, the fulfillers, had a little opportunity for improvement. We agree with that. And then last, you talked about how you want to share roadmaps with us. You were clear that you want to provide input into our roadmap, and you want to understand our future plans and our roadmap so you don't end up building an application that we then release 6 months, 12 months, 18 months later. And what you said was, you know, episodically and opportunistically, we have a chance to contribute to your roadmap and understand it, but we'd like you to be more systematic about it. We'd like you to form, whether it's advisory boards or executive briefing meetings or other ways where we can systematically contribute to your roadmap and understand it. So I want you to know that I heard this feedback. We heard this feedback. It motivates us. It excites us to understand where we need to get better. And you're going to see some progress against these topics over the next couple of days, but I will guarantee you we haven't solved them all. And you have my commitment and our commitment that we are going to focus on getting better each and every day. And a year from now, we can talk about these, and then there'll be the next set of issues where we need to get better. Now, the third question I asked you, in some ways, was the most important one, because it wasn't about the past, it was about the future. I asked you, what are your most important priorities? And here, I got an education of a lifetime. It was so interesting and exciting to hear. And here's what you said to me. You said, you know, historically, IT inherited a lot of legacy technology. It was slow, it was cumbersome, it was hard to use. And as a result, historically, IT has been very much of an internally focused function and in a very reactive mode. But you described to me how cloud and mobile are beginning to transform that, how increasingly you're adopting enterprise-wide platforms that are allowing you to be more agile, more responsive, respond faster. And as a result, IT is shifting from a reactive mode to being more of a proactive, strategic change agent across the enterprise. You talked about how you're transforming IT. But you also told me how you're being asked to play a larger role across the enterprise. You said, look, technology is disrupting every company and every industry in one form or another, and yet technology is an opportunity for every company. And you described how your leadership is talking about digital transformation, or creating a digital workplace, or digitizing the enterprise. Does that sound familiar? How many people have a company where that's the case, right? It's almost every company. And what you described to me was that the CIO is the most technology literate executive in the C-suite, and you are the most technology grounded group. And you're being asked to help lead that transformation, not just in IT, but across the enterprise. How exciting is that? It's a lot of hard work, but it's very exciting. And you said, you know what, John, we need help. Help me simplify and automate workflows, not just in IT, but across the enterprise. You said, help me deliver great customer experiences, both internal customers to employees and external customers. And you said, help me stay abreast of leading edge innovation and help me stay ahead of the curve. So I want you to know I heard that feedback, we heard that feedback. And what I want to do this morning is talk about each of these, about how working together, we can be transformation partners. So let's start with simplify and automate. Transformation starts with the ability to simplify and streamline a workflow and then automate it. And working together, we have a history in doing that in ITSM. Right? Over the last decade, working together, we've taken what is a highly unstructured, highly distributed, and uncoordinated, and highly manual workflow that no one really likes. And by using the ServiceNow cloud, you've been able to consolidate it, automate it, and increasingly deliver a great consumer experience to your employees. And different ones of you are at different places and different stages in that journey, but it's a journey that you can see the end point and you can see the benefits. Now, transforming ITSM has just been the start. Increasingly, you're also transforming all of IT. And you're transforming the way you're delivering services, such as ITSM. You're transforming how IT itself operates as a function. You're transforming delivering projects inside and outside of IT, how you do that. And very importantly, you're transforming how you measure and deliver value. You were very clear that you want to increasingly be able to speak in value terms. And that as you play a more important role, speaking in business value was a key priority. And the value you've been delivering is significant. IT transformations, this is some average data from all of you, are delivering 9-month paybacks, 25% fewer P1 incidents coming in. When a P1 incident comes in, resolving it 2 times faster. 20% of inbound incidents, contacts, are now being handled in an automated or self-help manner. And you know what? Best in class is approaching almost 40%. By the way, that produces efficiency, productivity, and hard dollar savings for your company. And then very, very importantly, what all of that is doing is freeing you up from doing manual tasks and allowing you to focus four times more of your time and energy on the kind of tasks you want to be doing, the value-creating tasks of driving business transformation and process improvement across the company. And so value is there, and we're getting better and better. We're delivering it, and we're getting better and better at jointly being able to demonstrate it. And so IT has been an important starting point for this transformation. And I want you to know that at ServiceNow, we are committed to continuing to invest heavily in your success within IT. In fact, Farrell Huff will be up here tomorrow talking about some exciting new capabilities and features and functions out of the IT cloud service. And we will continue. This will continue to be the core of our core. But 4 or 5 years ago, we began to see something that frankly was led by many of you. that increasingly that same kind of simplify and automate capability that you were applying in IT, you started bringing to workflows outside of IT. Workflows in customer support, workflows in security, workflows in HR. And we began to notice that. And like we've done through the history of this company, we have followed you with our innovation. And so a year ago, as you know, we launched 3 new cloud services: security, customer support, and HR. And over the last year, we have invested heavily at strengthening and building out these cloud services.